We know proper nutrition is essential to students. What and when they eat significantly affects their ability to learn. The Appelton Area School District in Wisconsin is taking a community-wide approach to school nutrition. It began in 1997 at Appelton Central Alternative High School with a pioneering healthy food program sponsored by Natural Ovens of Manitowoc.
In January of 1997, I visited Central High School as a prospective employee and observed the students that were housed here at the time and found them to be rude, obnoxious, very crude, and ill-mannered.
I was brought over to the school because the school was out of control. They were having a lot of problems with rebellious students, weapons violation, things of that nature. So they wanted a cop on school premise at all times.
We started the food program approximately 3.5 years ago. One Friday, the kids were here. They had candy machines and pop machines in the student lounge. The following Monday, they came to school and they were greeted by water coolers and healthy bagels and energy drink for breakfast.
Since we started the program, the Nutrition, the Natural Ovens program, with the complete diet, the balanced diet, I have seen a total change in the students and the environment within the school. It's amazing.
Now that I actually have a job here, I was hesitant once again to start and found that the atmosphere is entirely different. The students are calm, they're well behaved. I don't have to deal with the daily discipline issues, out and out disciplining of students. That just isn't an issue here.
Every year we are required to file a state report. On the state report, they include information regarding the number of dropouts, expulsions, drugs, weapons, suicides. Since we've started this program, zeros is what I have had to report. It's a pretty nice report to fill out.
I think they served as an inspiration in the rest of the district. And we found out that not only did it help those kids, but it helped all kids. So it wasn't just the kids in the alternative high school, it's kids in general.
And the returning students are now the advocates for the program. The kids encourage each other, they set the example, and they demonstrate proper eating habits to the new kids. It works great.
But when I have kids asking me, hey Dan, how much do you work out a week? What do you do here? What do you eat? Is this what you eat all the time? And it's almost like now the kids are interested.
Well, physically I couldn't be able to run long distance. I couldn't be able to do flips or sports or work out is to my ability if I wasn't eating right.
When I first came here, I really liked the food. It tastes good. It's hot, it's fresh. There's no preservatives in it. There's no too much seasoning, anything like that. It just helped a lot to have some people that put that much time and effort into your food.
Students, teachers, and staff all notice students' improved attitude.
From a social work standpoint, I think it's made my job easier because we don't have the angry outbursts that we're dealing with, so instead we get to deal with the real issues that are underlying and causing some of the problems and the concerns in our kids' lives. And I think it's easier to talk to kids today than it was a few years ago before we started the program, before the kids were getting the basic nutrition in their diet.
It's the education process that they're receiving, they're feeling worthwhile about themselves over here, or it's the food that they're receiving, or it's a combination of all three. I like the all three put together because their kids are a lot more productive than they've ever been in their lives.
Now that I concentrate, I think it is easier to get along with people because now I'm paying attention to what they have to say and just not worrying about what I need to say to them.
Our biggest problems right now at this school are parking in the parking lot and student tardiness. I don't have the disruptions in class or the difficulties with student behavior that perhaps I experienced 4 years ago before we started the food program.
Let's take a look at the things that kids are consuming during the day. Sometimes the parents know what they're doing. Other times they have no idea how much they're consuming of these kinds of junk foods, fast foods, that are doing very definite harm to their bodies. Start with breakfast. Quick, toaster-type breakfast, loaded with sugar, the artificially flavored cereals, the donuts, the icing, the candy bars that they consume throughout the day. The artificial coloring, appetite stimulants again, causing them to overeat. The things that are supposed to look like fruit, and yet they're practically all sugar. The pizza loaded with fat. Then you have the burgers, the French fries, the hot dogs, the chips, partially hydrogenated, trans fats that are plugging the arteries of children as early as age 3. The soda, the sugar, 56 teaspoons at least in this 2-liter bottle, which some kids consume in one day's time. Again, the artificial colorings and flavorings, the diet soda, the artificial sweeteners, known to cause headaches, known to cause behavior problems. How can we expect our children to function well, to learn at their best, and to behave when they're being fed this kind of junk?
A lot of these kids, when we first asked them, what did you have for breakfast today? You'd be surprised that 90% of them had absolutely nothing, and we were at lunchtime already. So they've had no breakfast, no lunch, and they're trying to be productive people without anything in their system at all.
If you've been guzzling Mountain Dew and eating chips and you're flying all over the place, I don't think you're going to pick up a whole lot in class.
Healthy food has had more of an impact than we thought. We believed that it would help settle the kids down, which it has done, but I think we were surprised the impact it's had on academic learning.
Good, healthy food that helps you function pretty much. If you're going for a big test, you want to eat right.
Let's take a look at the kinds of foods children should be eating, the fresh whole grain foods, to start the morning, to get that energy going so that they feel good and they're alert throughout the day. Whole grain cereals, nice good proteins, fresh fruit, the whole grain breads, whole grain muffins, bagels, great granola bars, the wonderful omega-3 that gets the brain going for the whole day, keeps sustained energy.